Hello and welcome. Today is your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot. A little bit later than usual, it's 5:30 on Tuesday the 24th of March 2026. I was out earlier and I have to say I felt a little bit overwhelmed with the lighting, the fluorescent lighting that you get in shopping centres and that type of thing, but also the heating. I was in there and we're not quite spring. It was beautiful for a bit and then the temperature dropped, so we're still in our big coats, but I was in and I was so overwhelmed with heat. It was so hot in these places, I just couldn't focus, and I need to find myself a lighter jacket. Have any of you any recommendations on where to go for a nice little light jacket for spring? Because I need to come out of the puffer. It's going to get warmer, but I'm not sure where to look. Any recommendations, anything that you think is quite nice, let me know. But I really wanted to do this, but I had to just have a nap. I came back, I had a snack, and I felt overwhelmed. And I think it's the day when I do my regular work, I have very long days. So it's like 9 hours in work situation, and then I've got a total of 4 hours of commute, so 2 hours each way. So that's 13 hours, and then you're getting in late and you're cooking, and it just takes a while to reset. You have to reset that button. And I know because I had some time off last week where I was doing lots of tarot readings. It was great, so much fun. It was just so wonderful to work with these people and to see part of their life laid out in front of me and be able to guide them through something. But yeah, I really wanted to jump on and do a tarot for you. My memory is short as well. What was I saying? I don't know. So I think it was about when I had time off, I was very aware of I'm just going to put them out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was very aware of let me just turn them over so I can see what they are. Okay, a very good read. I was very aware of relaxation, how that kind of that peacefulness and that calmness and that relaxed nervous system. So you're not in fight or flight, you're not in stress, you're not in high cortisol. You've given yourself time to come down, you've given yourself time to reset, and how important that is. And I do a healing session called Gentle Release, and I do a specific one with spirit points, which are 12 points along the body, which helps relax, release, but also put you in the path to your destiny. But part of the Gentle Release, we have 4 vagus nerve points, and they are super important for relaxing the vagus nerve because it goes the whole way from the brain right through our body and connects to the organs. And it really, I think more and more people are realizing how important it is to tune into the vagus nerve and be able to rest this nervous system. It wasn't built for these fluorescent flashing lights, for this intense heat, for the overwhelm of the crowds of people. We were natural beings, and all this fake world, fake shopping centres, etc. Fun to go to now and again, although I think it is fun. I find it very difficult. 2 hours is my max, I would say. Yeah, 2 hours is my max. It completely drains me, and I think that's what happened today. I felt a little bit drained, so I thought, let me just wait till I'm feeling like I can deliver properly, and I'll come on and do a little read for you. I was going to show you a couple of cards as well. So this is on the bottom of the deck, Strength. So that's great. So let's do the reading, and then maybe I'll go into it. Let me see, can I remember what the cards were? They were the Empress, and it's just something that came up in a read that I did for a person in the week. We had a few readings booked for people, and when 2 cards in particular came up together, they were just shouting to me a particular, and obviously this is what happens. So you have the cards, and whichever cards land together, you can read them together, you can read them separately, and then you can intuitively read them and see where they're going. And so there we have the Empress, that was one of them, and the other was the Page of Cups. So I'm just going to find that one as well, and then we'll talk about that at the end, just so you can see how I can get a meaning from it, how the information can come through, what it relates to, and how it can, you know, help you. Sorry, I'm just going through them to try and find, if you're wondering what I'm doing, try and find the, is it the Page or the Knight of Cups? It wasn't the Knight, it was the Page. Okay, let me see. Go through. It's going to be the last one, isn't it? It's going to be the last one I come to. There we go. Just as an example, as to if you're not really into tarot and you're wondering why tarot would be relevant, these two cards might help you. So let's start off with our reading. So we're doing the underlying energy. So underlying energy is you have inner strength. You have so much inner strength that you are able to prise the jaws of this lion open. You are able to put your hand inside this mouth of this lion. That shows you how brave you are. So it's pointing to your inner strength. It's pointing to that a steely strength within you, that you often have to dig deep. You often have to show up. You often have to maybe swallow what you want to say and just put up with a situation, which takes inner calm and inner strength too. So it's kind of saying this, that we have, by using our femininity, our gentleness, our grace, that we can actually tame this lion, we can subdue this powerful energy. And it's not matching the lion with lion energy, so it's not coming at the lion with the anger and the fierceness, it's coming at it with gentleness. And so this is something to remember, that, you know, in the back of your mind, in the back of your life, whatever's coming through, it's about courage, it's about bravery, it's about knowing that you can come up against this lion and affect change in whatever way you're able to. But also knowing that you don't have to match their energy, you don't have to be brash, you don't have to be aggressive, that there's a different way that you can find the strength within you to manage this energy, okay? So that can be someone in your life as well. That can be a Leo energy. Strength, the lion is often the Leo card. So you might have to be brave with regards to a Leo, or if you are a Leo, know that you have that inner strength, okay? Okay, so next we have the Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles is this pentacle coming in, and pentacles are often money and work usually, and it's quite a substantial amount of money that's coming in, and it's going to allow us to move through this doorway, to move down this path and through into a different part of our lives. So there is enough money coming in to enable us to do that, and that's the first card, so that's great. So some financial abundance is coming our way. Now, it is often linked to work, so it may be, in the sense, help us do some work, support us. It's like crowdfunding or investment. It's something that's going to come in that maybe you'll have to manage, you'll have to work with, but it'll allow you to move in this new direction, maybe on this new business. It's not sort of everyday salary type energy. This is different money. This is money coming, like you've not had to earn it as such, but it's going to allow you to create something amazing. So that's coming in first straight away, so that's wonderful. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is the woman who is self-sufficient, man who's self-sufficient. They're probably doing a lot on their own. They're probably maintaining a house. They are able to earn their own money, and they're able to grow their money as well, okay? And so it is about tending to the vines. These vines that she has here with all of the grapes and all of the coins are going up the vine. So it's like, you know, you don't just stick grapes in the ground and watch them grow. You have to tend them, you have to work with the clay, you have to bind them as they rise and get higher and higher. You have to cut them when the time is right. So it's all these different elements that are about creating something, growing something, building something. 9 is about completion. So perhaps you have built a certain amount, perhaps you're coming to the end phase of something that you've built in your life. But it is about, you're able to manage, you're able to supply for yourself, you're able to earn the money that is needed for your lifestyle, for this home that you have. You're not reliant on other people. You're able to take charge of your life in some way. You have the courage to do that, the bravery to do that, and the finances to grow. So this Ace of Pentacles has come in and given you finances. The Ace has given you this 1 pentacle, and you've managed to grow it into 9. So it's taking that little abundance, taking that little something and putting it somewhere, watching it grow. So it could be, study. It could be like doing a class or a study or a workshop or learning something. And then you're able to transform that into work. She's working. She's absolutely working and self-sufficient. But you're able to use whatever investment or injection of money came in to build this wealth and build this sustained wealth for her. She's got the hawk here, and the hawk is always that kind of huntress energy. So able to go out and get what you need, able to kind of hunt for what you want, able to thrive and survive. It's almost like the hawk. They used to work, didn't they? They were the worker birds. They would go out and find meat and bring it back. So it's that kind of thing, the hunter-gatherer type energy. And then we have the 3 of Cups, which is all about celebration. So you are happy, you are celebrating. You have maybe a few people that you can celebrate with. You've got a few people around you, maybe females, that you are able to celebrate with. This is often for me a card of sisters as well, sisterhood. You may be gathering with some sisters as well. It can be a party, it can be anniversary, it can be birthdays, but generally it's just, it's a reason to celebrate. You've been given a reason to celebrate, a reason to gather together, a reason to be with each other, and a reason to be with each other in a fun way. So this is coming in for you as well, this connection to 3 people. It could be 3 females, but this connection, this gathering, this celebration which is coming up for you. And here we have the black pillar in the background, and we've got the white. So again, it's balancing that masculine and feminine. It's bringing structure to this friendship or this sisterhood. And it could be sisterhood, it could be women that you're working with and you've come to some agreement and now you're celebrating. Because we have this little fish here as well. So this opportunity, there's an opportunity here as well. So you might be coming together and thinking about, everything that you've done so far. But nothing just stops there. You move forward. So what are you moving forward into? The King of Cups. So there could be also a male energy, a Cancerian energy around. It's usually water sign, which is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Often it is the Cancer because just here in the corner, if you can see, there's a little crab. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there, I think you can see there. The focus. But it's often the Cancerian card. So there could be a gentleman, Cancerian in your life, and they tend to have a lot of emotions and they tend to regulate their system as well. This need for self-regulation, this need to regulate the nervous system. And so they do that. They have that need, whether they express it or not, they have that need. And they tend to cover it up in this steely kind of cover. As in, they won't obviously bawl their eyes out, but they might get emotional. They might feel like that. They might have like a sensitive reaction, a physical reaction to something. They tend to be quite physical in the sense of even textures. They can feel and get emotional about textures. And your Cancerian who would tell me, even materials, like tartans or wovens or things like that would affect her physically. So there's this sense of being super, super sensitive, trying to hold it all in. And then that's what people see. People see that you're okay, because you're not expressing your emotions. So in the sense, this guy feels like, and it could be guy, girl, feels like he is kind of isolated as well with his emotions. He's isolated. He's sitting on his throne in the middle of this ocean. So he's on his own. He's on this island on his own, and there's no one around him. So there's no one to kind of interact with or share these emotions with. So that can be overwhelming as well. It can be that you have so much within, so much you want to express, and so much you're emotive about. But there's nobody around. There's nobody that gets it. There's nobody that can kind of get through. There's no one that understands. Perhaps only fellow water signs will understand. Perhaps only those of that sensitive nature will understand and get it. And he has a cup of love here. So there may be a water sign in your life who has a cup of love to give and is fed up being on his own. He's been sat at home on his own and he's fed up. So he wants to offer this cup, but he feels if he steps off this throne, is he just going to drown in his emotions and get overwhelmed? But perhaps the strength card and the underneath energy is saying, with all of this, we have to be brave. With working with money, we have to be brave. With working for ourselves and being self-sustaining, we have to be brave and do it ourselves. And we can celebrate the good times. It's important to celebrate the little wins. You don't always have to have big wins. It's important to celebrate the little wins as well. But this guy is kind of like lost and alone, and he's got a lot to give and he wants to express it. He's dressed in blue. He wants to express this to you, but something is kind of holding him back. Okay, so there may be a water sign coming into your life who is of this sensitive nature. There may be a water sign coming into your life, particularly a male, who is about to come in and is the correct match for you, because then we have the 10 of Cups. So we're moving from the king on his own to the king has decided to hook up, and he's with this lady, so they're in a couple. This could be their children. It doesn't have to be their children, but it's happy families. So we're looking at this family energy. We're looking at happy house, happy relationship, happy family, playfulness, joy, overwhelming love. So we've gone from meeting this King of Cups to actually connecting with him, to being in relationship with him, and everything that means. So whether you're coming with the children or he's coming with the children, or you have children together, this is a sign that you're moving towards a satisfied family, love-filled life. 10 is as good as it gets, so it doesn't get any better than this. All the cups are around them. There's some games. The children are playing with games. The children feel safe, secure. They feel, it's that kind of way when a child knows the parent is there and watching over them. They feel complete freedom to play because they're aware of them. They don't need them to get involved, but they're aware of them. So they have that real safety, security to express themselves and to come out and play a little, which might be what it's saying about you. So there is that deep level of trust coming here, and that is trust. That's the relationship you can trust. It comes with ease. They do say that relationships should be easy, If it's frantic and passionate and fireworks and, it's probably too volatile to hold together. Sometimes a little bit of boring, repetitive, trustworthy, easy, not too many fireworks is actually a smoother run, and will actually help you build relationship rather than drama. Okay, so that's your read. My goodness, it's very interesting. I'll go to the Tarot of the Heart because this seems to be a love reading. So do let me know if that resonates. Do let me know if it's made you happy. If you've been wanting this relationship and you didn't know when it was going to come. If you are the King of Cups and you've been wanting a relationship but you weren't sure if it was ever going to come. Here is the Ten of Cups. Now, by saying the King of Cups, we're naturally saying a water sign, but it doesn't have to be a water sign. It can just represent a male. So it can represent a male who's prepared now. He's gone through a phase of dealing with his emotions, whatever he had to go through. And he's learnt a lot from that. He's got this sphere in his hand, which almost represents life in the world and everything he's accomplished and grown through. His spiritual development, his emotional development, emotional maturity. Sometimes you have to go through difficulty and you have to find that inner strength to develop emotional maturity. It's getting so stormy outside. And then that means through that place, you've spent maybe a bit of time on your own, but you've got your cup in your hand and you're prepared to offer it again. You say, okay, I'm ready now. I don't want to be on this throne in the middle of this ocean on my own. This is what I want. I want the Ten of Cups. So it's about having the bravery and the courage to go after it, not in a brash way. We've got the Lion here, which can be a bit brash and impulsive, but in like the lady. So you go in it subtly, with ease, with comfort. Not drama, not false promises, not lies. It's about bringing that truth forward, that comfort, that trusting, these children trusting this couple. So that trusting nature, someone can build trust within you. She trusts him, he trusts her. There is this ease with them. And when you have that, then things just flow into your life. Okay, so let's get a couple of cards to match this reading. What do we need to know about this reading? What else do we need to know? 555 on the clock. Okay, I'll go get that. Okay, one jumped out, which I will read for you, but on the back of it, I'm just going to show you the back as well, and it's got shine. So you can see the light is coming out of the heart center here, and this person is just shining their light. And so that's what it's saying to you. 1 and 9 is 10, so 10 is a 1, which is a new beginning. So there's a new beginning here, which you are going to be able to shine your light. You're going to be able to shine your light from your heart. So you are not hiding away on this, island, on this ocean. You're actually going back out into the world and you're shining your heart, you're opening your heart, you're showing yourself to the world. You're a different person. She has evolved. 1 and 9 is 10, 10 is completion. So she's evolved into this beautiful being. She's evolved a great deal, and it's almost like, when you've got this little flame of hope, flame of promise, and then it burns and it burns and it burns so brightly that then you shine from within, and you've developed yourself and you've got that emotional intelligence, and now you can shine that forward as well, okay? But the card that jumped out is called Simply Love. So this can be fatherly love, because we have a father and maybe a son here, or someone, could be a godson, could be a nephew, and it's someone who's guiding that person forward. And they have a little book here, so it's like a book of love. It's almost like the first communion or confirmation, where you have that sponsor, you have that person who's your guide as well. So this can also be your guide, and you can see the bright light behind. So that's shining the light. And what I want to say here as well is, this is your inner child. So this is very much for the boys, this read, I think, because we have Ace of Pentacles. So there's a certain amount of money that helps you move in a new direction. You might feel there's money or savings that you're making. The 9 of Pentacles, it can be a lady who's very self-sufficient, but in a sense it can be a man who's very self-sufficient. You started your own business and it's managing very well, and it keeps growing year on year, and your income is increasing, and you're able to look after your house. You may have 3 women in your life. You may have sisters. You may have friends. You may have 3 important women in your life. Could be daughters. Could be exes. Could be moms, nieces. 3 important people. And there's a celebration coming up with them. Perhaps a birthday's coming up. And you have had this time on your own to develop and mature. So you've matured and you're in a better state emotionally. You've dealt with a lot and you've probably had emotional times, but you've not expressed them to people. You've probably been upset and you've not made a big deal about it. You've kind of held it back from people. It's the crab, hard-shelled, soft center. So people may feel that you're sharp and cutting, or always kind of Jack the Lad or whatever, but actually inside you're very sensitive, and this is hardness, this shell is almost something you put on to self-protect, to protect your own sensitivity. But where you're moving to is the 10 of Cups, happy families. And so this is your inner child. And your greater self, your higher self is coming forward. This is you and the maturity, and this is everything your child, and you're giving that inner child some love. Maybe that inner child didn't get enough love when they were young. And there is a whole host of knowledge here and wisdom that is lighting up this inner child. This inner child came with wisdom, came with this light. And so it's about reconnecting to your light, reconnecting to your joy, your wisdom, your enthusiasm, your character, your personality, before the world dampens you down, before the world puts pressure on you. It's about reviving that energy, that purity, that childlike energy. And it's very green, so it's about moving into simply love. So holding on to that energy of loving people, of just being open to love and being more loving. We often experience, let's say, the male as the one who's cut off from their emotions, the one who's less loving, the one whose priorities aren't love. They may have a different idea of love. And it's true, we all have different ideas of love because we're all individual. We all, in our own minds, expect love to be one thing or another thing, but we're all different. We all see it differently. So if you can move into love, whatever it is, which is the heart, then that will help bring it to you. Soften a little, move with ease. Feel your guide with you. Ask your guide to assist you. Ask your guide to come in and help you. You are in this learning phase, and it's all correct. I think there's a thing where certain energies, particularly men, may feel they got it wrong. They may feel that they're failures if they don't live up to this or live up to that, or they may feel comparing themselves to others. This is saying, don't worry about that. This is about you and your development, that you came to have this experience so you could dig deeper. You came to have this experience so you could enjoy life more. And it's about expanding your awareness of love and loving energy and relationships so you can actually build a better relationship. Build a relationship that will last. Build a relationship with, this person, if this is his child, he has no problem loving this child. So self-love. Bring love to yourself. When the world is against you, we only have ourselves sometimes. So we have to have some self-love. We have to have that deep connection where we are our best friend, we are our supporter, we are our champion, we are our own cheerleader. We have to do it ourselves to lift this energy up so we can face the tiger, the lion. Okay, it's interesting. So now I'm going to go to Archangel Michael, who is the angel again of courage and protection. He asks us to be brave in our lives. So if any men are out there and this sounds like it's something that's happening for you, let me know. Yes, I'm thinking of one person in particular as well who may be watching. So this can be what someone gives up for another as well. What someone does out of love to help support another, to help another survive. The gifts are given freely. They're given with love. You'll understand that if you're watching. Okay? Okay. At the back, have confidence. Use Archangel Michael, bring Archangel Michael in to help you have confidence, to help guard and protect you with his sword and his shield. He will do that for you. Yes, beautiful. And the first card that jumped out for Archangel Michael is detach from the situation. So whatever is dragging you down, detach from it. Whatever is making you upset, detach from it. Whatever is ruminating in your head, going over and over and over and over again, this negative story, detach from it. Because what you're doing is you're saying, Archangel Michael, I ask that you use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama, so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. So if someone's kicking up drama, if someone's kicking up a fuss, if someone's trying to make your life awkward, rather than get completely sucked into it, no, it's just drama. Detach from it. It doesn't mean you ignore it and you turn your head the other way and you pretend it's not real. But just you stop ruminating, you stop this attachment. We have energetic cords that we attach to people, but also situations. So what you want to do is, if you're attached to this negative situation, your energy is flowing out of you to that and making that grow bigger. So by cutting the cords, which Archangel Michael helps us with, we regain that energy. So we're able to be the strength, we're able to have the courage, we're able to stand up to that lion that's coming for us, the fierce lion. But we got to detach from the drama, detach from the people who are being dramatic, because they're siphoning off our energy. That's part of what happens. So we have to make sure we cut that and we return our energy to ourselves. And we want you to focus on perfect health right now, divine and perfect health. And often people may have wonderings about what's going on in their body. They might feel not brilliant. They might have something, a niggling thing, that do they go to the doctor, do they not? They might be feeling very unwell right now. They might be feeling depression. And this is saying focus on the divine perfect health. So the good things in life, the good parts of you, the good parts of your life. Bring yourself out of that energy of darkness. It says, God and Angel Michael, Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus on perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. So that's this too. This is change of the way you are, change of the way you're living. Perhaps giving certain things up. This could be, alcohol abuse. This could be, my Friday night glass of wine. We all think we're deserving of something like that, but sometimes it becomes a pattern. Sometimes it becomes an addiction. Sometimes it becomes a crutch. And so this is saying that we actually may have to detach from certain situations that are not good for our health. We have to detach from people who are not good for our health. In the same way I was saying that a situation can draw your energy out of you and then leave you without enough energy, so then you get ill. Things like, for example, alcohol, drugs, that type of thing, they draw your energy out. Your energy becomes focused on them. Your energy empties into that substance. It can be pharmaceuticals, medicines. Your energy empties into it, and so you give your energy away. For divine, perfect health, we cut that and we return our energy to ourselves. So then we have the ability to step up and step out and into life. It is very difficult when there is something, some action that's not supporting your well-being in your life. And this is asking you to take note of it, take heed, and build a way to move out of it. And it may be difficult to move out of it initially, but what we want you to do is just focus on being healthy. Focus on what you can do today to be healthy, It might be drink more water. It might be replace one of your drinks with water. It might be, now that the weather is getting better, although today it's a bit stormy, it might be going for a walk. It might be sitting for 10 minutes and doing a quiet meditation. And by quiet meditation, I'm not asking you to do a particular style of meditation or a particular genre. I'm just simply asking that you sit. Set the clock for 10 minutes and sit and do nothing for 10 minutes. And just see what happens. Meditation, a lot of people think, oh yeah, I can't meditate. Well, that's the whole point. The whole point is that you sit and you go through that difficult phase. You sit and you go through that turmoil because you're training your brain. You're training your focus. It's brain training, like it's so important. And then wonderful things start to evolve from it. But if you can just sit down and say, okay, my program is starting at past. I've got 20 minutes now, 10 minutes, I'll set the alarm and I'll just sit here and breathe for 10 minutes. And you'll see how long 10 minutes is. And you'll see how long focusing on your breath and what that does to you. And you'll just be sitting, waiting for the alarm to go off. And sometimes you might nod off because you've not closed your eyes and just had that moment yet. But knowing that you set the alarm knows that you won't go over 10 minutes. No more, no less. And you just breathe. And where are you breathing? Are you breathing into your throat? Are you breathing into your face? Are you breathing into your chest? Are you breathing into your belly? Notice where you're breathing. Notice how the rest of your body feels. Are your legs aching? Are your thighs sore from the walk? Is your back aching? Do you feel like you're going off to the side? Do you feel you're sitting up straight? Do you feel you're slumped? Awareness. And keep breathing. And already 2 minutes have passed. You've only 8 minutes left to go. So that's the kind of thing. Just do a 10-minute thing. Try something different. But it will do you the world of good. And most people say do it twice a day, do it morning and evening. But even if you get to do it once and just start, I've always said 10 minutes a day, start to change your life. And the last card we have is your children are watched over by angels. So this could be a father energy or mother energy, and someone is concerned about their children, but also the children of the world. So for our own children, it is acknowledging that each child comes with their own angel. We all have a guardian angel. So as well as your wonderful care, they too have these multidimensional beings with them. They have their own guides. They have their own angel. And that is, in this one it's Archangel Michael. So that angel is a protective angel. That angel will look after that child. They're being cared for and watched. Now, it says, dear guardian angels of my children, born and unborn. So this can be children that have been lost, miscarried. Can be children that were going to come to you, but then decided not to. So they can still have a link to you spiritually without actually, connecting with you physically in any sense. The spiritual world is very, very interesting. It is not built around the same parameters that we see in the physical world. And when you're having a child, you didn't create this being. This being came through you. This being existed, and you're just allowing it to be birthed in a new body. So it says, "Dear guardian angels of my children born and unborn, thank you for watching over my children and ensuring their happiness and safety. Please guide me so that I know the best ways to be a good parent and a role model for my own and other people's children." And that's it. There seems to be some sort of change coming into your life. You seem to be stepping up again. You seem to have done a little bit of the work that you needed to do, the emotional depth that you had to go into, and you're ready to revisit this happy family energy again. So it's requiring that you detach from drama, detach from this negative section of your life that has a bit of a hold on you. We're looking at health, well-being, mental health. How's your mind? What are you thinking about? How are you expressing yourself? How are you looking after yourself? Depression can turn up in many different ways. It can turn up in drinking too much, in eating too much. It can turn up in sleeping too much. It can turn up in not presenting yourself well, in not being clean, in not being and not being concerned about your appearance in any sense. How that affects other people. Your appearance always affects other people. So you should always, aim for your own sense of self to feel better about how you look, because then you'll feel more confident going out, but also people will respond better to you. And that's being a role model. So that's what you're doing. You're not just in life, even if you feel you're very much on your own. You're not. You're actually a role model. And if you have nieces, nephews, sons and daughters, or any of the above, godchildren, you're a role model whether you realize that or not. That child looks at you. That child notices. That child pays attention to the energy you bring. That child wants simply love, support, backing, to trust you, to be able to have that energy of trust, that energy of playfulness and trust. So we are role models. We have to every day improve, every day become better people. Okay? This also makes me think of all the children that are in very difficult situations around the world, both in this world and in the in-between worlds. I have worked with a group who, obviously I'm a medium, so I connect to people who have passed over, and I also sometimes work with a group and have done sort of during the COVID era, and we did a lot of Zoom stuff together, mediums, and we helped some people cross over the bridge to move towards the light, because some people are a bit frightened of the light. And I was aware of a lot of young children crossing over who had come from very difficult circumstances. But it's knowing we are facing a lot of very, very difficult revelations, particularly about children right now. And this is telling us, as difficult as it is to understand, each child does have a guardian with them, and if each child is alive, they have that guardian with them, and even if each child has passed over in whichever way, they have a guardian with them. They have never been on their own. So we must remember that, and we must pray to that, and we must pray that that energy of protection comes over children. So many children are being found and that have been gone missing, and there being like hundreds and thousands of children going missing. But thankfully there are groups out there finding them, helping them, freeing them. And this is saying that that energy is around too, that guardian angel energy, particularly for the children, the innocents, is there. So if you've got any prayer to throw throw up a prayer to the guardians of the children and ask that they be guided, that they be saved, that they be found. Many people communicate with the guardian angels to help find the children. And also those who have passed, we help them when they feel they're in the dark place. We help them cross over. But back to your main read. Be a good parent. Be a role model for your children and other people's children. So everyone you meet, every kid that you see, you're an example. You might think, oh, well, I'm doing well by my children. But are you doing well by everyone's children? Because they are the parents of the next generation, and they are the grandparents of the next generation. So we must do well by all of them. Okay, 45. Let me give you one more card. I think this is the guides deck. Oh no, it's the Priestess of Light. Okay. Well, this is the one that usually works with the tarot very well. And it'll be interesting to see which one comes forward on this, because it's usually a nice way to clarify what has been said, but also because I have to read it because it's very, very long. So there's usually a big long explanation in this as well. Just put the light up a little bit more. I don't know, it was quite dark, wasn't it? It's got so dark outside, and it's kind of blowy and grey all day. It was blue this morning, but then it really did kind of cloud over. I don't know, there's something going on with the energy today. I felt it, I felt overwhelmed by it. I'm very sensitive to energies and global energies as well. And so this was kind of like, I need to rest because something's happening here. So I don't know what happened today. Can we have one card, please, that will help us understand the message in this read for whoever is watching? Give me a thumbs up if you think it's important. This can also be detaching from past people. So maybe you had this period of being on your own and you needed to cut away certain people in the past so you can move forward. Because not everybody's meant to come with you. We all have different people that drop out of our lives at different times for different reasons, and we have to trust that is for the greater good as well, for the greater good of them, for the greater good of us. And that's where it's almost like you kind of need to lose a few to gain a few. So it's always nice making new friends as well. So underneath we've got setting boundaries, threshold, protection and honour. Do set up your own boundaries. Don't let people drain your energy, like I was saying, that you can get siphoned off into this thing. You have to then set up a boundary just to say, no, I'm not getting involved in that. You can't rely on me for that. I'm not going there. A lot have fallen, but I'm going to take this one. Sacred breath and sound, life force, communication. And it's a 10, and 10 is new beginning, and it's the dolphin. The dolphin's all about communication, and the dolphin's all about love. So it's saying, again, sacred breath. So it's tuning into that breath. It's doing your 10 minutes. It's sitting there, set the alarm, 10 minutes, closed eyes, breathing. You don't have to breathe in a particular way. We're not doing a breath work. We're not doing anything too mindful in a sense. We're just sitting quiet for 10 minutes. Set the alarm and watch how your thoughts come in and go. Watch what you think about all the time. Watch and listen to the noise that's going on, and sort of that's there the whole time, and you're kind of trying to manage your life and have that going on in your head. And I know some people who choose not to get quiet because they hear the noise and they don't want to hear that voice. Whose voice is it? It's not your voice. Whose voice is it? If it's a critical voice, do you know who owns this voice? Listen for it. It's not you. Do you have that self-critical voice in the head? It doesn't actually belong to you. because you love you. So it's coming from somewhere else. So sometimes getting quiet is a good idea, because you can figure out, oh, it's that person who's in my head. And it's about life force. You are regaining life force. You're regaining your joie de vivre is coming through. You're regaining your reason to live. You're regaining your sense of self again. You're regaining your health. You're regaining your mental health. You're starting again. This is the start of the astrological new year. Aries is the start. Pisces is the last sign. And Aries is the first sign of the astrology chart. So we've gone out of Pisces just now, and we've moved into Aries. And yeah, new beginning. So this life force, because Aries is a very fiery sign, very reactive sign, but it's also full of life force. So you have this life force within you. You have this drive and this fire and this power that you can do these things, that you can begin again. You can start again. You can flow like the dolphin flows. And the dolphin plays. It's playful. So we want to take you to a place of playfulness, of connection to that breathing, allowing your mind to calm, allowing your heart to calm, allowing your body to calm. So you can tune into your body. So you can find out what's going on. How are you breathing? Are you breathing through one nostril more than the other? Close one nostril. And then breathe out the other one. And breathe in this one. And breathe out the other one. One's probably freer than the other. So a little bit, I think it's called pranayama. A little bit of that type of practice, you can find it, I'm sure, on YouTube somewhere. Will help you know how you're breathing. A lot of people just breathe, I've noticed, into their face. This is where they're breathing. How are your lungs? Your lungs are about grief. Your lungs are connected to grief. So if you've got anything going on in your lungs, any asthma, any coughing, any catarrh, any kind of phlegm, any inflammation, anything going on with the lungs, any inability to take a deep breath, is that the throat? Is that the lungs? One lung is bigger than the other. Are you aware of that? They're different sizes, different shapes. Connect with your lungs. Perhaps it's something you're grieving and you need to let it go. It's letting go of the past, detaching from the past, anything that brought you that grief. We're detaching from it. We're moving forward into well-being, into happiness, into becoming a role model, into becoming the best person. We're creating this safe environment, this happy environment, this trustworthy environment. We're moving into love in its truest sense. That's the reading for you. Oh yeah, these are the two cards I was going to say to end. I hope that helps. I hope it resonates. Let me know in the comments. Do like and share if you know anyone who would resonate with this or who would benefit from hearing it. Feel free to share and hype. These are the two cards that came up in one of my reads over the week. So Empress and a Page of Cups. And what I got from this, so Empress is like the woman, the female, divine feminine, mother energy, fertile energy. And the Page of Cups is kind of a youthful, page, sensitive, sort of new opportunities. And in the deck that I use for my main readings, the Page of Cups was standing next to an ocean that was going up and down, and it was next to the Empress. And for me, it was like this woman was at this period in her life where things were a bit up and down, things were emotional. She was very sensitive, found herself very sensitive at times, very emotional, crying. But it was kind of a bit of a roller coaster because it was going up and down. And it was about her, and it was about her fertility. It was about everything she's harvested in her whole life, everything she's grown, and the abundance that's come to her. But just this period of sensitivity now was rising. And for me, it was menopause. it absolutely was menopause. It was about hormones going up and down, leaving her with this roller coaster of emotions. One minute she's up here, next minute she's down here. And it was this phase that she was going through. And as a Page of Cups, it's almost like she was just starting down this phase. She was in the beginnings of this phase. She was trying to get used to this new energy. Page is new. It's like newborn. It's young. So she wasn't post-menopausal. She was in the menopause period, like peri and menopause. And it just spoke to me in that way. So that's how tarot can connect with you as well. You know, people have this idea of tarot being this crazy, awful thing sometimes. But I just wanted to show you how two cards can appear. And I'm reading it, and I don't know the age of this lady. I don't know what her cycle is like. Every woman has a different cycle. People can go through menopause when they're young. People can go through menopause when they're old. But this just said to me, there's something going on with her fertility, her emotions, her hormones are up and down. And I just kind of said it to her in those ways. And she went, yeah, it's the menopause. And so that's kind of just what I wanted to share, and that sometimes the cards, through their connectedness as, you know, having two together, brings forward more about your situation. So in that sense, I was able to look at the cards around it and understand it deeper, because I knew that this meant that there was a menopausal thing going on. So they're very healing, and they're very good for getting clarity on the situation. And depending on where the cards fall, is it past, present, future, fate, outcome, etc., it tells us where we're moving, where this energy is, and what happens with this energy. I just thought that was interesting. It was interesting for me. So I love reading because new things show up all the time. I'll be reading and I'll go, oh, that's interesting. I've not read the card like this before. And it comes through, and that's what it means to that person. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed. That's your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot. Managed to squeeze that in an hour. I've got a Zoom in half an hour, so I will see you very, very soon. Any questions on tarot, let me know. My email and website is down below. So don't hesitate to get in touch if you would like to book something with me. But I hope that makes sense. It seems that someone is evolving. Someone is going to be coming out of a difficult period. There's a celebration of getting together and moving into this happier period, which is wonderful. But it does mean leaving some things behind, and I'll leave that to you to look at your life and see how it resonates with you as well. Take care of yourselves. Okay, bye.